And do you need an intern, maybe?
Are you throwing your name?
So if someone was in coma for 10 years and didn't see this show, why should he now watch 96 episodes and then this movie?
He's been missing out when he was in that coma. He's been missing out on some fun times. No, it's a fair question. I mean, because it's a show about friendship and a show about loyalty and, you know, guys, it's wish fulfillment. And the movie is all that and more. The movie is like an episode of the show on steroids.
Yeah, I mean, I would say unnamed guy in coma for the last 10 years. It's your time. It's time to have fun. Come out, join the Entourage, and live a lifestyle without consequences and just have the best time of your life.
Yeah, he needs a little fun after 10 years in the coma.
Come on, buddy.
This is a good show to watch. Come to the premiere.
And like I told you 15 years ago, the next level is coming.
You worked eight years on that show. What does Entourage mean to you?
Big part of our lives, you know, 8 years and then the movie. And for me, it's been the greatest part I've ever had. And I've done a bunch of movies. And there's never been a guy that's more interesting and it's got more layers than Johnny Drama. It's just been a great character to play. And I'd say probably Turtle as well. I mean, these characters are so deep, you know?
This is life-changing, you know, for me. Not only has it changed my life, it changed my whole family's life, you know. I honestly have accomplished more with just Entourage than I ever thought I'd accomplish in my career altogether. So whatever happens from this moment on, I still have a lot more goals, but it's just a bonus. This was the thing for me, so. Anything else after this is a bonus.
Manuel, you play Sloan. We left you in the show, and now we are seeing you back in big screen. What are you going through?
We pick up roughly 8 months later, and I'm 8 months pregnant in the film with, you know, E's little baby.
This could get ugly.
Trust me, it's all good.
Oh my God.
Doctor says she's gonna pop any second.
What's wrong?
We got a sex tape. Oh, God.
I'm getting married!
Oh, God.
We need more money. Bye.
Oh, God.
Haley, you play Travis. I would say a spoiled Hollywood kid, but how would you describe your character?
He certainly acts like that, but he's not from Hollywood. He is a you know, sort of the heir to this Texas oil fortune that his father, played by Billy Bob Thornton, has. So he's never really had to work a day in his life, and he has this big ego and is used to being the top dog in every situation. So when he goes to Hollywood, where, you know, someone like Vince is at the you know, top of the pyramid, it really messes with his ego, and he reacts really badly to that.
I'm sorry, I know we met before, but what is your involvement in this again?
I'm the producer of the movie.
And he's my manager.
Oh, yeah, you were the guy on Pierce Morgan spinning pizza dough, right?
From your own experience, do you know that kind of people like Travis, where you said normally don't have anything to do with movies?
Yeah, I think everybody is familiar with that sort of you know, character with that sort of insecurity and who expects everybody to defer to him because of his money and everything. I think everybody can probably recognize that from someone in their own lives. But Doug was saying this yesterday too, is that there's not a movement, but you're seeing sometimes more and more in filmmaking that the money is coming from places where, you know, the people are in an industry that isn't involved with filmmaking, and they're not really as intimately connected to the craft as, you know, as even, you know, the studios would be. So I think this character sort of represents that. Is it someone who wants to make a movie because it would make him look good, not because he wants to make a good movie.
Many cameos you have in this movie.
A lot of
so
cameos.
did you like call someone up and said like, oh, you know, I'm making this movie Entourage, maybe you heard of it, and then they come, or how was it?
It's kind of reversed at this point now. I mean, a lot of people have solicited us to be involved when they heard we were making the movie, you know.
Season 1, they didn't want to do it. Nobody would do the show. We couldn't get cameos. Now everyone wants to do it, which is cool.
There's 15 cameos in one sequence.
We had 20 trailers, each with 2 rooms. That's how many cameos we had at the party scene.
Yeah.
So many cameos.
Crazy.
It's tough to get them all in and to get them in a natural way so it doesn't seem forced. But and I think we did that. I think it feels like these guys would be at the party.
Yeah.
How is it to have Mark Wahlberg on the set? Does he like come into the scene tells a joke and then just leave or destroys everything? How is that?
Mark is big behind the scenes. You know, Mark was majorly instrumental in making the show happen, and then after the show had run its course, Mark is the guy that made the movie happen. So he's an excellent producer, and without him, none of us is sitting here. That's for sure.
Thanks, Mark.
Open the door!
Yo, Vinny. What's the matter? Your girlfriend lock you out of there anymore?
No, my co-financier.
You serious? All my boys will break that door right now. I got the hamster here. He's crazy.
I'm crazy.
So I've heard in the next movie, one character should be cut out in Entourage 2.
You heard that?
I've heard that already.
you that?
Well, you know, I have my connections. And
Okay.
could you like defend why your character have to be in the next movie?
Oh,
You're locked in.
Well, yeah. I mean, I could take my talents elsewhere, but then the entourage ceases to exist. So I guess you need me.
Here's the simple pitch. I'm not doing it then. If all these guys aren't involved.
Yeah,
so that's what I would say.
and without me, the wheels would fall off.
That's true. We need
It would
you.
be just for organizational purposes.
Who's gonna cook breakfast without Johnny Drama?
Yeah, no. Everyone's got to come back, or none of us.
Turtle could. I mean, with the money he
Turtle
has
might
now,
buy you out.
He could just.
He might buy you out and retire you, but I don't think any of the five. I think all five guys are a necessary part of the package.
Did you actually watch the show, or did someone said, "Oh, you are going to be in Entourage the movie, and here are all the seasons"?
No, that would have been really hard. Because, I found out I was going to do it just 2 weeks before we started shooting. And luckily, I had watched the series. It came out when I was in high school, and so we used to watch with friends and everybody. So I definitely did rewatch some of my favorites, though.
So yesterday I saw the movie, and of course many boys start laughing, but even girls and women liked it. So what is the magic? Why do girls like these Entourage guys?
Well, I think, listen, the boys, whatever their antics are, they remain incredibly charming. And I think that we're enamored by their friendship. You know, the way they stick together is so heartwarming. And so when they, are up to their shenanigans, you kind of want to be in on it. And that is the magic of what they do. And that group of boys, their chemistry together is kind of like contagious. So I think men and women alike just love watching it and want to be a part of it.
So yeah, why do we love or why do we hate Ari Gold?
I think it sort of connects to why we like people like Walter White or Tony Soprano. Not that Ari is a criminal. Ari's not like them in that way. But people can be extreme in a certain way on a show, and you can still connect with them if they're good at what they do. And Ari's so good at what he does that is sort of a way in for us to like him and to excuse some of his his temper outbursts and all of that, because his heart's in the right place and he's really good at what he does.
He says all the things that we're thinking are just maybe too polite to say.
And I don't think that many people hate him, unless you're on the other end of one of his temper tantrums. But certainly for the guys, even though they have sometimes a rocky relationship, Ari Gold has been there to bail the guys out, and he's as loyal to the guys as they are to each other. Or he's as loyal to Vince. Maybe not as loyal to E. He might have not such nice things to say about E and Turtle, but he's definitely
I would
loyal to
argue that
Vince.
deep down inside, Ari, really loves E.
Yeah, maybe. He'd be sad if he wasn't around.
Right.
Who could he smack around? If without E, who would there be to abuse?
So do you have something like do and don'ts in a casting?
You know what? If you're the casting director, don't look at your phone while actors are doing their thing. Don't answer the phone. Don't even look at it. Throw it away.
Just like advice to actors, cut down on the chit chat. Don't go in there and tell them your life story. Go in there, sit down, be the best actor, and that's how you get the job. Going in there and telling them your life story and a bunch of bad jokes is just going to bore them and blow up in your face.
Don't take it personally, because the odds are you're not going to get the role. So
If you get 1 in 10 auditions, you'll be
You're a
very
Hall of
successful.
Famer.
You're a Hall
of
You're a
Famer.
great actor. And you're gonna
So I say don't take the rejection personally. You're probably not going to get that part, so go.
Actors are used to rejection, and nobody's got more of that than Johnny Drama.
Yeah.
Empathize with the production and what they're trying to do. They want you to get the job.
That's a good point.
They want you to get the job. If you don't get the job, it's just because there's a million decisions that have to be made, and it could be about chemistry with the other talent, whether they're the actors, or it doesn't necessarily. Don't take it personally.
The burden is on the production.
Yeah,
it's a good point.
Hey, Richard, I didn't know you were doing this.
Yeah.
That's great. Now I'm excited.
Oh, thanks. Well, thanks for coming in, Jimmy.
Johnny.
That's my fault. I'm so sorry. It's Johnny.
Sorry, Johnny.
I told him Jimmy.
There was a Jimmy in here earlier. I think that's what it was.
So from your own experience, are there any like do and don'ts in Hollywood?
Oh, there's so many, so many of both. And what's crazy about this business is that you can do all the right things, and there's a lot of success is by no means guaranteed, even if you do all the right dues. So, I don't know about any specific don'ts, but I think the show sort of shows you a lot of the, because Vince's career, he has high points and he has low points, and that follows the way it is for most people. Even people, big A-list stars have, tough spots and then times when everything's going right.
Do I have to see the show to watch the movie?
I think it stands alone. If you're a fan of the show, the movie will be the greatest thing that ever happened to you. If you're not a fan of the show, the movie is just going to be a fun summer movie.
This movie's enormous. If it fails, you go down in flames quicker than Hindenburg.
Why did you stop taking the anger meds?
I didn't think they were working.
Do you have a message to all the German Entourage fans?
Please come see the movie. In the theater is the
Very
message.
simple. Yeah, look, let's make a pact. Let's make a deal right here, okay? You come see the movie. You will have a good time. I will put that on the table, and then together we will make a sequel. Because if people go out to see this movie, it is inevitable. We have to make a sequel.
We have to make a sequel.
And do you need an intern, maybe?
Are you throwing your name in the ring?
Germany, you need a German. You need a European guy, right?
We do. The Entourage could use a European member.
All right, you're in.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Take me for a round. I last 30 seconds. You let me take you out on a date.
Last 60 seconds, I'll let you.
Time! How much time?
3 seconds.